people to join. I should have figured it out sooner or later, but I didn't because, YouTube doesn't like me. And likes to make it difficult because I do everything on my phone. 32 gigabytes of storage. Which is just peachy, by the way. It's just peachy. Love that. Hello! You do not see me right now because I got a little surprised for y'all. I know I'm streaming very late, but listen, in my defense, there was a thing because if you did not see the community post, the button was like blocked by a bit of text, so I couldn't stream at all. And then it was like, we need access to your camera and your microphone. And then I went to settings and it didn't let me, for some reason, let me do it, like activate it or something, and then I had to restart my phone, and then it finally worked out, and I fixed it and everything, and now I'm able to stream at 10 o'clock at night. Which I'm sorry about streaming so late. I should have streamed a while ago, but things have been pretty crap for me lately, so yeah, I've just been, taking my time right now because I took a couple days break for a while, and then I came back and I've been posting in spaces because the end of school year for me, basically. So I know a lot of people are not going to be showing up because it's Saturday, it's 10 o'clock at night, and probably half people are asleep. But I don't know that. Because, really, everyone's different with their sleep schedule. Mine is screwed. Let me tell you that. It is screwed. Not for the I stay up all night on my phone editing sometimes, but just because I can't fall asleep some days for no reason. It's just like my brain is just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna let you stay awake for a while because we don't like you, and we're gonna give you these like really bad things to think about, so then you don't want to fall asleep. It just makes my life even better. I love my life. just peachy. Guys, my life is just peachy. But my sleep schedule is better than it used to be. Way better than it used to be. If I'm gonna be honest with you. So, yeah. My life has been crappy lately, if you cannot tell. I mean, I don't know how many people keep in touch with what happens to me, and I hardly think that people care. just watch my videos. Don't care for my happenings in life. Yeah. But then again, I've been running this channel since I was like 13 years old, so, almost 3 years now. Which is like, this channel's old. I mean, I feel old. God. But yeah, it's been a teensy bit crazy. Teensy little bit crazy. Just a teensy bit. It's just great. You know, because everything happened. And stuff, and you know, it's coming to the end of school year, which I'm so happy about. But apparently, I have to take a state test again. Whoo! Yay! This is the third time I've taken a state test this year. I'm so upset about it. And I'm about to explain it to you right now. So, if you don't know, I live in PA. And we have tests called Keystones. They suck. They suck, okay? You know, almost every other places, I don't know what other states have, but some states have midterms and stuff like that. We have Keystones. And they're like big tests at the end of the year that you take for science, math, English, all that. It's like big state test. What it used to be is that you had to pass that test, or you would not graduate, or yeah, you would not graduate. That's what it used to be. But now we have this new thing called pathways, where we have to meet a certain thing to graduate. And there's multiple pathways. There's like 5. I met one this year, thank God. But Keystones was one of them. And this year they had us trying out every different pathway that we could. And first one they tried was Keystones. And they suck, ultimately, because it's like you have to have this score or you're not gonna pass it. You either get like an A, a D, or an F. I really don't know the scoring system. They make it so dumb. And we also have this thing called PSSAs. They're for elementary school. They're like Keystones for little kids, except they're not entirely for grades. They're just to show how your school is like teaching you. It's really what they are. But I took the Keystone in the wintertime this year, and then hello, and then I took the ASVAB, which every 10th grader takes, but that was a pathway for us that we. Hi, people at 10 in the afternoon, you know, just drive around in your 4-wheelers, alright? But it was also one of our pathways, and those were the 2 easiest pathways you can do. Which, the thing is, for the Keystones, you just have to get a composite score of a certain amount. In the ASVAB, you have to get a score of 31. Which it doesn't seem all that bad, okay? But the thing is that I took the ASVABs, and then I found out that I would not get my scores back until April. I was mad at that, okay? I was really mad at that. I was super mad. And then, you know, a month or so later, I took the ASVAB. And then, a couple weeks later, I got my scores back. I don't get it for that. I really don't get it. But I got a 62. The only reason being because someone wrote down answers in the booklet, and I copied them. So, yeah. And plus half that crap, I didn't even know what they were talking about. So, the last couple of sections, didn't know what they're talking about. But, yeah. And, so, then they're like, oh yeah, but, you have to take them again. But you don't have to, if you at least pass one. then what was the point of taking them in the winter? I don't get it. And they even said to us that even if we met a pathway this year, that we still had to take it. And I'm gonna tell you, I was so mad. I have been so mad with the stupid school board of my school and the freaking government here. So much this year. I have been so mad at them. I have never been so mad at the government of the Commonwealth of PA and my school board ever. I've never been this mad at them. I'm gonna tell you that. Because also, our school, we have to do career packets. I don't know if any other schools have that. I know schools around our area have it, but they have something, you have to do community service hours. I don't know if they have that same thing or anything. I don't really know, but we have a career packet that you have to do from 9th grade, which is freshman year, all the way to your junior year, 11th grade, of school. And basically you have to fill out this whole packet, and you have to do like 5 hours of community service each year, basically. Which doesn't seem that bad, okay? Doesn't seem that bad, alright? But it gets harder every year, okay? Because they make you do a PowerPoint presentation for the first 2 years. I didn't do one this year. Thank goodness, because I hated it, because you had to do so much calculation of what career you wanted to do, what house you wanted to buy, what car you wanted to buy, how much you make. It was a lot of money. A lot of money, math, stuff like that. It was a lot. It stressed me out, I'll tell you that. It was an English final at that too. I was like, how is this an English final? It don't make any sense. Why is this an English final? But then, it gets harder every year. Like, you have to fill out questions and stuff in the packet. And this year, I had to get 5 hours of community service and a job shadow or interview. Now, I'll tell you this straight up. I did not think about it for the whole year until this month. Okay? Because listen, when you've got all your grades and stuff on your mind, and I've been working this channel for 2 years, pretty much since COVID started, you forget about stuff really easily, especially when you're sad half the time, you're depressed and stuff. And I didn't remember it until now. And the thing is, if you forget to do community service hours, like even in your first year, they add 10 hours or 5 hours onto it, which means that would be 10 hours community service. I would not appreciate that. I don't know about you. But then also on top of the job shadow stuff in the packet, you had to fill out a resume. And you had to get references. And you had to fill out a speaking skills. And you had to fill out a whole other thing. You had to get parent consent forms and mentor to sign and stuff. It was a whole thing. And if you weren't going to be there, you had to sign a sheet too, and you had to get signatures from your teachers and stuff, and it was, But, listen, and a lot of people got mad at me in my family. They got, I wouldn't say mad, but like frustrated with me for not remembering to do it. I was like, well, I'm trying to keep my grades up here at the same time. And the thing was, last year, I took my grandma's health as community service hours because I had no time to do it. And I had no time to do it either this year because I'm already busy worrying about other stuff. But, then, I thankfully got it. You know, even though I didn't get all my community service hours, I'll admit that, because I was running on a very tight deadline. I was running on a week's worth of days, because it was due on May 1st. May I tell you that? I was running on a tight schedule. Because I was like, oh, why don't I job shadow my aunt's job? I'm not going to do an interview. I don't want to do that. So I was like, okay. And then I asked my aunt, and she said, oh, well, I have to put an email in, and I'll get it back as soon as I can. I was like, okay. And time goes by, and she didn't get an email back. And I was like, oh, well, what do I do? Because I already had community service hours, because I just cleaned up my dirty freaking road, because I'll tell you this, it's full of beer cans. And plastic. And I found a vodka bottle, which was really freaking cool. And a Toyota hubcap, and a pot. Those were the coolest finds I'll admit that. And I kept them, actually. Because they were cool. But, Jesus. But, I thankfully got a job shadow done at a hardware store, which was fun. And I turned the packet in a day after it was due, because I had to get everything signed and stuff. And you had to turn it into guidance counselor, and she was fine with it. I was surprised at that, because I even told my support teacher, I was like, if she's gonna have a problem, I'm gonna come down there and give her a word of my mind. Because I've been putting my expressions and emotions out there more lately. And it feels good sometimes. But it also is bad, because I've been trying to keep my anger from getting out so much. I've been getting better. I'll admit that. I will admit that. And hello. But, like, I've also been fighting with my principal lately because of this guy that I've talked about who picks on me a lot. And I want to tell you guys another story. Alright? This is a really good one. This is a really, really funny one. So, I've already said that he's called me the F slur. I'm not gonna say the word because it's offensive, obviously. But that slur. To me twice. One time at a fair that's at my school every year in September. Around my birthday. And second time on the bus when I was going to the career center in my area. Right? In public. In public land, mind you, both times were in public. But the bus one, I'm pretty sure people heard. And these two specific guys, they pick on me, or say really, well, one of them picks on me intentionally, just straight up picks on me, and the other one just says weird things. I'll give you an example here, okay? One time he asked me, he goes, "Hey Sam," and I turned to him, and I was just like, oh my god, I do not want to talk to this man. I turned to him and I looked at him. He's like, "Do you like girls or something?" I was like, I was like looking at him down, and I was just like, I don't even know if I said no or I just ignored him. But I get why he said that, because I never dated one besides the boyfriend you guys, besides Gabe, obviously. He was my first boyfriend. But I get why they say that, because I don't show affection to people that often. And when it's affection to other people, I'm mostly around girls all the time, 'cause most of my friends are girls. I know, stereotypical, but it's true. But I get why they say that, because I don't show any attraction towards people. And when I seem attracted to people in their eyes, it's girls? I don't know, I'm trying to peek into their minds and what they think. And the same guy also asked me, he asked me this one day when I was in a group project with him. And mind you, I live in a very small town, and my school district, elementary school and high school, which is junior and senior, it's 7 through 12. We have 400 students altogether, around 400 students, which is really small, okay? Mind you that. So, I don't have a very big class. But he goes and he says to me, he's like, "Hey Sam, why'd you cut your hair so short?" And this was during the beginning of the year. And I said, "Because I can, and I'm not wrong. I can. It's on my body, not yours." I told him that straight up. And the guy who even picks on me calls me a psychopath. I was like, okay. I mean, I'm a sociopath, but thanks for the compliment. and a lot of this one guy who's around me, he even says, you know, "I'm surprised you haven't been told on or anything. 'Cause you said such gruesome stuff all the time." I'm like, I'm careful about what I say, okay? See, I can say things, but I won't do it actually. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows I'm quote unquote non-violent. I talk violently just because it's who I am, personality-wise, but that just doesn't mean that I'm actually gonna do it. Listen, I'm too chicken half the time. But the other guy just straight up picks on me. You know, called me that slur twice. But pronounced to my knowledge, this one girl who's my friend, by the way, she dated him for a while. And I've been friends with her since the beginning of the year because she's a new friend. She's a new student. She's a little older than me, but she's a couple grades below because she got held back. Just for context. But she tells me, and she goes, and I'm talking about him, and I'm talking about him, and I was just like, I really don't understand, why would you say that to someone? That's so offensive and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, well, he did call you that in front of me." And I was like, what? She said, yeah, he called you that in front of me in the car one time when we were driving down in so-and-so. And I was like, really? I was like, yeah. He said that because I was talking about you. And he was like, "Oh, you're hanging out with that slur." I was like, "Oh my god, you better hold me back, girl, because I'm about to fight him." I said that. Actually, I didn't fight him. Just for your information, I did not fight him. Don't worry. I wanted to. Because, I'm kind of sick of his crap. And also because, just for information, I have gone to the guidance counselor at my school. She said, "We'll keep an eye on him." And then he called me the slur the second time. And he knew that. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deal with this. And then I went to the principal, by the way. And I told him. And he was like, "Oh, well, we'll just keep an eye on him." Arrgh. And then, by the way, my grandma went and talked to him and threatened him with the police. And they said, "Well, if it gets any worse, just put charges. Like, press charges. And I'm like, oh my god, expel him. And the thing is, the reason why they don't is because he's a special ed kid with a mental thingy. And I'm just thinking of this in this way. I know he does it on his own free will, just because he talks like it, like, so horribly all the time. But then again, he's grown up with this, not so appropriate sister. But it's just like, you don't treat people like that. You don't. And so that's the reason why they won't expel him. It's just because he's protected by law. And just like my life is so great. But, yeah. And I'm just gonna let you guys know this for now. But in the summer, I am thinking of getting a part-time job. Just to let you guys know that possibly it's happening. And that will cause me to upload even less. So, just for information, and I will be actually going possibly to Arizona for a while in the summer, to visit with her for a while. Just, you know. Great for me. I am still working on permit stuff, which sucks, by the way. And, letting you guys know that me and Gabe are talking, you know, frequently now, which would be a lot of weird in some situations. Like, you would expect me to not talk to him, but I do. Actually. Which, you know, fine. He recently just started talking to me more because of the incident. So, you know. But, I doubt there's 0 people here. I kind of doubt it. I think YouTube is drunk. I think YouTube might be drunk right now, or my internet connection. I don't know. Is YouTube drunk again? Because every now and then I get like 1, and then I get like 3, and then it goes back down to like 1, and then it goes to 0, and I'm just like, is YouTube glitching out again, or like, yeah. But, I am somewhat thinking of just possibly transferring. Well, I don't think I am actually, but I do rewrite, my series, my main series, by the way, that I, have on Wattpad, just to let you know. It's the same title as the series. It's in process currently. But I have quite a few chapters. They're not, well, in the beginning they're not very well written because, I started writing them at like 2021, and then stopped for a while, and then I started rewriting them again. I don't know. But yeah, I have that going on there. If you'd like to read it or whatever, if you'd want to, I don't know. That's your guys' decision. Hold on 1 second. But I do have that. And I have other series that I've written on Wattpad, but they aren't continued really, that much. Cause they're, but I do have one-shots, by the way. Just to let you know. I will have one-shots of my series. Cause, it helps me practice writing. Cause I'm trying to write more. Cause I've been currently working on a film script, if you know me well. If you know me well enough. I have been working on one. Actually done with, like, the first part. I'm working on to the next part. It's going good. It's slow and steady, we'll say that. But you know, that's what makes it all the effort, because sometimes it takes years for people to write films. Yeah. But it's just like, you know, I like being prepared, but also it's like, why am I doing this? When I should just be young. But it's just like, also, like, I've gotten used to the fact that I've just grown up so fast. Because it's just how I am. I grew up fast and started to fend for myself really when I was 11. And, you know, taking care of myself since. Not like getting a job and paying rent sort of things like that, you know. Sort of like, you know, raising myself. And how I perceive things in my sense. You know, basically the internet raised me, and just so you know, just peachy, by the way. Yeah, you can just see my hand. It's my hand. Woo! It's my pale hand, guys. And my very bad internet. See my hand? Woo! I'm trying to seem funny, but I'm not. Yeah, it's just silence. Silence. Because I have really nothing to talk about. So go ahead and ask questions if you want. I don't know. Don't worry. The face will come as a surprise soon. I'm also self-conscious, so that's why I'm not showing my face too. But surprise also. But if there's actually anyone here right now, just ask me a question. I'm asking for questions. Go ahead. Free range, I guess. I don't know. Go off. Though I'm pretty sure everyone is sleeping right now. So yeah.
But also, I have a new Roblox account because I have a new one, so just fresh start, really, stuff, like that. But I can put it in the description. If you guys want to follow me or friend me or whatever, either one, do what you want with that. I don't know. Do what you want with it. I love my glitchy internet. But may I say that my room needs a makeover so bad. Like, my room right now is just the definition of dumpster pile right now. You cannot see right now because you are placed at an angle which you can't see. But on that side of the room, this over here is a bunch of snacks and garbage, by the way. But no discrimination. We don't discriminate on this channel about bedrooms. We don't do that. We don't. And over here, like, I'm trying to angle over there where my desk is, a bunch of stuff on there. My whole room needs remodeled. I'll tell you that. It needs remodeled. And wait, and I also need to put stuff away that I don't really need. But I'd also reactive my Discord. Maybe? Cause I have made one and then I have an off-brand one where everyone's just like, hey, let's make a Discord channel about killing this one guy in your series because we hate him. And I was just like, oh yeah, we'll get William to help out. And you know, we did it. But I'd love to do that and start doing stuff on there where I can, you know, invite people. I can do servers and stuff on games or whatever and play with some of you guys, like on Roblox, like servers that are free, because I'm broke if you don't know that. I don't have no Robux, but like Doors is okay. I'm decently okay at Doors, but I've never won Doors. I've only played with my brother a couple times because he showed me the ropes and I know stuff, how to do stuff. So I know some of that stuff, but like, yeah. But I like to do stuff like that, you know, and some Minecraft maybe, and maybe a whole Discord channel dedicated to that actually probably would be cool, like a whole server dedicated to playing games with you guys would be nice. I'll put a poll up for that. Hello! I'm just talking, by the way. Don't mind me. I'm not showing my face because I have a surprise about it. And also because I'm really self-conscious right now. Hello! I'm not dead! I'm not dead, guys. You can see my pale hand. I'm not dead. Just very depressed. Hello? But I'd like to reactivate it, maybe, or create a new Discord server where I can play games with you guys, voice chat if I'm comfortable with that, at the point, and invite you guys. It's okay. Just as long as it's not like creepy old men. Oh, that's so nice. That makes my day, honestly. That made my day. Thank you. I don't know how to respond to that. Cause, I know a lot of people question my content. And I tell you this, I get comments every day, like, they're like, who is Aoi? And I'm just like, I really don't want to answer those questions. You are gonna make me cry. I'm such an emotional person, I'm sorry, but that warms my heart that I inspired you, because I'm not a very inspiring person. I socially just introverted. I know you're not questioning, but I do get a lot of people who are just like, why? Who is this? What is this? This is not supposed to be like that. It's just, I get those comments every day. And I just like them. And sometimes, like, when I get these sweet, nice comments, I'm just like, I want to cry. And it makes me like, my heart just grows with every nice comment that I get. I swear. But, I will put a poll on my community tab for you guys if you want me to, you know, create like a Discord server where we can play games and stuff, like on Minecraft and like Roblox and stuff like that. Then I'll put a poll for it, which would be fun when I'm bored and I have absolutely nothing to do, or when we can just chat and, you know, like do some truth or dare or whatever. I don't know, because I did that at sleep stream one time, the only sleep stream I've ever done, because it was crazy. Sorry, I just hear people walking around. But it's like, yeah. And you know, I can give you I can all do that stuff on that server. I can like do that stuff. Well, you go. You achieve your dreams. I'm trying to be inspiring. It's really hard for me to be. I'm not good at being sympathetic. Is the word? Or like, what's the word? What's the word? I can't think of the word. I'm so stupid. Inspiring. I'm very hard at inspiring people. Like every time like someone's like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna make sure I do this, I'm not just like, you go, you do what you want. You know what? But listen. You know, people who pick on you really just pick on you because they feel bad about themselves half the time. Or because they're jerks. Or because they have nothing better to do in their lives. But you know what? I do get a lot of hate comments, and half the time I'm just like, I hate these people so much, it makes me want to quit. But then it's just like, you know what? If I quit, they win, and I have nothing to do in my life, and I'm just gonna be stuck here, sitting in my room half the time with nothing to do with my life. And I really get that in my head, like, that this, like, makes me happy, and I'm doing what I love, and, you know, I'm happy. And you can't really make everyone happy, but as long as you make some people happy, I mean, you've achieved something at least. And that's okay. You can be the only person who's watching, because not a lot of people join these live streams anyway, because I stream really late, because family. I have family. So, I have to stream really late, by the way. What I'd like to create a Discord server if you want that, and put a bunch of information on there about socials and stuff, and what I post and all that. And I'm not the best at that stuff. And I don't have Discord on my phone. I have it on my laptop right now. But yeah. But yeah, I think you are the only person watching, Small Bean, and that's okay, 'cause you are very special. That means you are very special. Don't mind me sniffling my nose. I'm just like, have a runny nose right now. So that's okay. You're just very special, and you're tuning into a very special moment. But yeah. And I don't think I'll be updating like when I upload or anything like that, because I just upload on random. Like, I upload on random. That's just what I do normally. But I like to just like, tease things. Start to tease things like, oh, look, this is happening. Oh, look at this. This is coming up. But then again, it's on my laptop, so I'd have to transfer stuff on from my phone, and that'd be too hard for me. So, too much work. I know. I'm a little lazy. That stuff. But that's okay. We're all a little depressed and a little lazy at times. Yeah, I have to get ideas. Like, I like going through TikTok a lot, because I can find a bunch of audios on there to help out, and it's really helpful. But the problem is, I don't know what to do with it. You go ahead. But the problem is, I don't know what to do with it. And sometimes it's just like, I have no motivation to do it. Though I want to do it so badly. And half the time I'm too busy to do it. And I want to do it. It's just like a mix of emotions half the time. And, it's my life. But I like to go on there. And, I also have, like, little videos that I find on YouTube that I think are good skits that I like. That I like to do, and sometimes I like finding edit audios that go with stuff that I have, like for backstory stuff, backstory reason, like some edit audios that I've been doing recently for the angst memes and stuff. Or I get like ideas like, oh, what if I try and find an edit audio for this thing that happened to this OC or this character, and I do that for a video idea. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be a good idea. And then I have to try and find one, because I have a whole playlist of edit audios, by the way. A whole playlist dedicated to it. And I just scroll for an hour or like 30 minutes trying to find one, and then I find one, and I'm just like, I had no motivation to do it. And I'm just like, what do I do? You're okay. That's okay. You're fine with that. I have dogs. But I don't really like my dogs, so I like my one dog. The other one, he's a little, but I like, I somewhat like animals. I actually have 10 rabbits here at my house. My sister has 10 rabbits. They all have names. And she just bought these little leashes that she could put on them. And she put it on our baby one, like the youngest one, the smallest one we have. And he looks so freaking cute. Adorable. He looks so adorable. I was just like awing at him and stuff. Just like, oh, it's so cute. I just want to squeeze him. It's like when you get a cuteness overload and you don't know what to do, so you're just like, ugh. Yeah. But I will post it on my community tab, a poll for if, yeah, my sister has rabbits. She has rabbits. She has 10 rabbits. And they are very adorable. One of them bites though. One of them bites when my sister's not around. So that's the only problem for them. But they're so cute. They are so cute. And my brother has like 3 cats. Their names are really weird. One of them's named Chicken. Another one's named Backpack. And another one has multiple names, but the one I hear really is BB. And they're all cute. And cuddly. I like them. And they also have a dog. And her name is Josie. She's so big now. And she's really energetic though, so she like jumps on people and stuff, and I'm just like, no thank you. I'm not for that. Cause I love cute animals. I like cute animals. But the jumping is just not my thing. And I've actually been thinking about like getting myself like an anxiety dog or something like that for when I go away to college and stuff, which I will continue the channel, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. But I've been thinking about that. But just a trained one, because I don't want to have to potty train a dog. I don't want to do that. That would not be fun. Oh, that's cool. I'm graduating next year. Which is like, I'm so old. How did time go by so fast? I feel like, listen, as long as you're not in an area that's known for its icky bad stuff, I think you'll be okay. But just prepare. Because when I went into my high school, which is 7th through 12, by the way, which is like 2 middle school grades, because we count our middle school is 7 through 8, and elementary school is Head Start, and then kindergarten. Head Start and kindergarten, they're 2 different things, by the way. through 6th grade. Our school system is very weird. But when I went there, I was not ready for it because it was just chaos for me because I'm youngest. I started realizing how much people did not really like me, and bullying and stuff. Just, I had a lot of things happen to me when I first came to my high school. But I was at a really bad point. At that time. But now I'm better. But it's just like, wait, next year? It's gonna be so weird. Because everyone's gonna be looking up to me. And I'm gonna be a senior. And everyone's gonna be like, they're scary. And I'm like, well, seniors aren't that scary, really. Not really. They're just people. Just normal people. They're just like normal people. Like, literally. Like, I just thought of them as just like weird, scary people. All I'm gonna say is try not to worry about it too much. You'll get there. And you just try to focus on whatever you like to do. Like, try thinking about good things. Like, my school is not really as strict as some other schools would be because we're very small. We're the smallest school district around in my area. Like, I can bring snacks into class or like a drink, like a canned drink into class, except for gym class because my new gym teacher, she whines about it. And they won't care really. But if you would, I don't know about your school or anything like that, but like, we're not very strict, but they do care about, in my school, they see headphones as a health hazard. I don't know why. And they don't like blankets around people, which is only the Career Center students, by the way, which is us. And we take them because we're tired, and sometimes we sleep, And we got two different schedules, by the way, so that's great. Yeah, I'm a Career Center student. Pretty cool. But, that. But I am thinking of starting to possibly go live on my computer because I just think it'd be way easier to do that. So I want to learn how to do that stuff, just so I won't have to go through the hassle of my phone. And my computer has a lot more storage than my phone does, I'll tell you that. And yeah. I mean, but yeah, you are gonna take your blanket probably because most colleges do have dorms where you stay and you do take your things with you, unless you're close enough to commute, which my top college right now that I want to go to, it's 37 minutes away, which is enough to commute, really, in like the springtime if I wanted to, but like in the winter and like fall, I wouldn't do that. So I'm probably gonna stay there and get a job and stuff like that. Oh, people. I hate my family. sometimes. But yeah, that's my college. You know, just great. But I'm moving out before I go to college, cause I ain't. But just so you know, just because of all the crap that's been happening in the U.S., I do not feel safe here anymore. And you know, I love those people who stand up and take a fight for what's right. I'm just not one of those people. That's just not me. And I love to do that, but I'm just so chicken that I said to my friend, you know what? Do you want to run to Canada with me? You want to move to Canada with me? And she was like, sure. I was like, okay, let's go. Let's get it. We gotta get a passport. It's like around $100. And she's like, $100? I'm like, yeah, do you not know that? She's like, no. I had a passport once. I was like, okay, well, then you should have understanding. And I was like, well, it's the closest place. And I've heard it's got safety laws. And I won't have to worry about getting killed. Which is just great. It wouldn't be bad though necessarily, because I'm used to cold weather and I know it's mostly cold up there. And where I live, we have bipolar weather, which means well, today it was like really warm. Like I was around like 60 degrees today. Yesterday it was around in the 40s. Yeah, I know that because I'm trans too, by the way. I'm trans too. Do not know that. If you can't tell from the deep voice, I have already. But the deep voice really is just because I don't talk a lot. Mostly. Yeah. I'm not on tea or anything, by the way. I don't even have a binder, people. But I also just recently found out that I have very high testosterone levels in my system. And I was just like, why did you give this to me? You give this to a trans person. Do you know what happens when the trans person gets like something like that? They want to keep it. And they told me, and they were like, oh, well, you could get diabetes from this. Like, what? How does that happen? How does that happen? And I was like, well, you know what? If I die, I die. And I go to this lady doctor, and she says to me, oh, well, if anything changes with anything, just call me. You don't need treatment or anything. I was like, okay, thanks. I'm not a woman, but I don't identify as a woman, but I am biologically a woman. But, you know. and I just sometimes I wonder how people don't notice. I mean, to me, it's obvious. It's so obvious to me. It looks pretty obvious to me. Like, I dress really masculine all the time. I mean, before I used to dress in sweatpants, literally all the time, because it's the only thing I was comfortable in, and hoodies. And now I'm starting to wear jeans and stuff, and I'm more comfortable with showing my skin a little bit, like pants wise, not top wise. I don't take my sweater off either because I got, you know, 2 dumbbells on my chest. That's what I like to call them. And yeah, there's Peachy. It's great. But you know, it's like a lot of a nice group of people actually know about it too, which is pretty cool. And I'm just like, how does the guy that picks on me doesn't think that. I even asked my friend who dated him, and she's like, "Oh no, he's never called you anything. He's never called you the other slur." She's like, well, lucky for you. Lucky for you because I don't look like a guy. Not really. I mean, besides the mustache, and the short hair, I don't look like a guy. Facial features wise, I look like a woman. But, yeah. But I hate, one thing I really hate about myself is that I have, my hair for me just grows really fast. Like, my hair in my head, grows really fast, so I have to cut it every couple months. I feel the need to because it grows really fast. Like, and I notice because if you didn't know, I just got it cut recently, by the way. I got it cut like a week or two ago. So yeah, that's the reason why I had it on my face, by the way. I got a new haircut, and yeah. But, yeah. But also, one thing about myself is that I am very, well, I have noodle arms, for one. I have stick arms, basically, pretty much. I have no muscle. Also, I have very thick thighs. I have very small feet, by the way, but I wear boots that are 2 times my size. I'm very short, too. I'm not even, like, the average height for someone my age. I logically would be. Yeah. It's just in my genetics, really. But my boots also make me, like, an inch taller. And I wear boots because I live in the good old sticks of PA. You know, the western side, actually. Not saying specifically, but western side of PA. Good old sticks countryside, sort of. But, yeah. And another thing is I have baby fat, also. And my figure, I have, go ahead, you can cuss, I don't really care. It's my family members that I care about who cuss, and people I don't like. You're fine. But my body is like this, like hips, like that. I'm trying to show like that. I'm trying to show you, but it's like sort of hourglass, but like not really hourglass, sort of. I just got wide hips, and curve. It's like curved hips. I really hate that, you know. It's like stomach goes out, hips curve, you know, and they're very wide. So yeah. And plus, don't worry, because I don't cuss at all. Actually, there's only been one person who's ever actually heard me swear, and it was my ex. So yeah, I don't curse for specifically the reason that I don't feel it necessary for me to. Not really. But if other people want to, it's not my decision to really say otherwise, except for my family. I really don't like them cursing. Yeah. But, and people I hate, yeah. But it's also like I wear glasses too. By the way, makes me, well, feminine looking glasses obviously. So yeah, makes me look feminine a little. But I try to style myself to look masked a lot. Like, I wear a belt, obviously, and I wear jeans now, because that's what most of the guys wear here. Boots and jeans, and sweaters. But the thing is, I don't, well, they always say try to blend in with what you, or what people around you wear, so I just try to blend in a little. Yay. But sometimes jeans are really comfy, even though the fact that I have one pair of jeans that are super tight and I hate it so much. Yeah. Yeah, I said it to my sister, like, and she knows I'm trans. And she says things about my body parts and stuff, and it's like, ugh. And, I told her, hey, if you want them, take them. I'll cut them right off for you. If you'd like that. Because I don't want these ones. I want nothing here. All of this, you can have it. Get rid of these dumbbells. But it's also like, when I tried, like, when I first started out, like, talking to people who don't know I'm trans, I try to test the waters by being like, oh, well, I just don't go by my legal name because I hate it, and it just really doesn't fit me. It's not really my style. I'm like, okay. And then I'm just like, oh, well, I was just like a guy, because it's just how I feel, and, like, I don't like dressing, like, in dresses or anything, because I've just never have, and, you know, I've always just played with, like, anything when I was a kid. Like, okay. And I swear, I did the same thing with my one friend, who knows I'm trans, by the way. And it was pretty obvious looking of how I am, and I talk in a very low tone, because I never talk. I'm a very quiet, introverted person. I always get stuck with people who are introverted, also. And then she even said, she goes and she says, you're trans, aren't you? And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of obvious, isn't it? And she's like, yeah. It's pretty obvious. And the one time I told, like, some classmate who doesn't know I'm trans that I wanted to change my name, and that person told my friend, and she was like, oh, you're gonna change your name? Tell me what it is so I can change it. And I was like, it's the same name I go by. And she's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, but I have a full legal name that I'm gonna have it to, and that I'm gonna change my full name. So, no, my family won't find me ever again, because I don't want that. It's just like, I want to hide away and never come back. And she's also, by the way, the friend that I said that let's go and run away to Canada. Because at least I won't worry about getting killed every single day. Yeah. And just to let you guys know, I have a smoke detector in almost every single room of my house. But it's mostly downstairs, by the way. I have, like, one in each room downstairs, including the stairwell of my house.
except the basement, because I have a wood burner furnace, by the way. But because of how paranoid my family, my dad is right now, because of the incident that happened. If you kept up on my channel, you know what happened. They're really paranoid right now about it and everything. And they even told me, hey Sam, why don't you go to a grief group or something, like with your sister. And I was like, I don't really want to, but I'll go just so you stop nagging me about it. And you know, I'm just gonna, so they stopped nagging me. And I hate it. And I really hate the fact that, you know, a lot of times, like, I mean, my family knows, like, puts their perspective on me that I'm a tomboy. Not a lot of people in my family, well, my mom knew, and my brother and my sister knew, and my sister who's alive knows, and my aunt knows, and my cousin knows, my oldest cousin knows, and friends know, and stuff. That's about it. So a lot of my family members just think I'm a tomboy, really. And yeah, I don't appreciate it, really. And it's just like half the time I can't even call myself a she. I just like kind of like avoid it. Because I eventually just call myself an it. I just call myself an it because I can't convey myself enough to call myself a she. Because I don't like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Like, you know. You can go to bed and, like, it's fine. Like, no one's here really, because you're the only person and you're special. You are special, so don't worry. It's okay. Cause right after this I'm gonna put up the poll to whoever is watching this eventually, or whoever sees the poll is gonna vote on it. Yeah, you was special, okay? You know that. Don't you forget that. Don't you forget that. But yeah. Yep. And I've got final, you know, stuff for my classes and stuff right now. And yep. Oh, thank you. But yeah, I will get everything set up if you guys would like that, for me to make a server for playing games and stuff and stuff like that, which, because then I can have people who I actually can talk to, because I'm lonely. Well, a lot of people are, but just I'm very lonely because a lot of people around my area are not the nicest and not the best to talk to. Not really the best people around here. By the way, because 90%, I don't date anyone here. I've never dated anyone here, for the reason is because all the guys here are disgusting. Yes, I do, and I also, if it does happen, if that Discord server does happen where I could play games and stuff, we can play Roblox together, and I can have private servers, and you guys can join.
if you follow me and stuff. I have a second account for that stuff, so yay. Woohoo! And I also have Minecraft. And I have a server where I have recreated my series in Minecraft sense. It's kind of bad though. Literally, I even created the pizzeria. So that took me. You don't want to know how long that took me, because I stopped it for a while and then I did it. And I admit I did play with some redstone, and the redstone's really bad. That's cool. I don't. Cause I have no friends. But we could play a bunch of games and stuff. Which would be really cool. And we can voice chat if you guys like that. And just chat or play random games or whatever, you know. That's cool with me. I'm self-conscious anyways, so I feel that. And by the way, people think in my house, people think right now that I'm talking to a friend. Just so you know. There's only one person in this house that I have a channel. Actually, there's two people. My brother and my sister. And I'm surprised my dear sister is not joining in on this conversation. Man, I hate this house. I hear everything in this house, man. I could hear everything in this house. I could hear someone talking. If someone was talking right now downstairs, I could hear it. It's like, I hate it. Man. Don't you come in my room. Bro, I'm talking. Thank goodness someone relates to me. I live in a 2-century-old house. My grandparents have owned it since the 70s. It was built in like 1890 something. So old. Also, me and my friend have created a religion where we worship Bibble from Fairytopia. Barbie Fairytopia. I swear, it's the funniest thing ever. And it started out as a joke, but now it's a thing. And we have a group chat. And we have a playlist. We have a Spotify playlist, by the way. It's like 17 hours long. And I have a Minecraft server. It's just the funniest thing ever. And it's like I'm about to start making like hymns and vices about him. You do you. I was just about to actually go off too as well. So yeah, this is my haircut, by the way.
This is my haircut. It's weird. Yeah, it really doesn't look like the reference, by the way. Thank you. My heart. But yeah, that's my new haircut. It's so good. Oh, it's amazing. It's getting long again. Actually, it's starting to grow again. Maybe, or maybe it's just that's how it is right now. But I love it somewhat, and I hate it somewhat. And you know, it's me so well. Thank you. I get a lot of stares for it, but you know what? I don't care. It's really nice. Even though the lady said, "I'll keep it a little long, because I don't know if you want it that short." Girl, just cut my hair that short. Oh, good night to you too. You have a good rest, and you eat and drink water. Make sure you eat and drink water. You have a good night's rest. Good night. I won't stop. But yeah. But I am gonna get off because it's pretty late, and I'll get all the Discord stuff set up. In case the poll goes through, I'll let it run through for a day or 3, maybe, for a while. I don't know. Just to like get a good thing. Like, I don't know how much of it I'm gonna last. You know. But yeah, so I'm gonna get off, and you know what I said to Small Bean: drink some water, and you better eat and get a good rest. And I'm gonna stay with the demons in my house, okay? Okay? You get some rest. You go to sleep. And get some rest. And drink. And eat. Goodbye, everyone. I'm Psych.